How's it going, guys? I did found somebody that can, if I drop the frame today, he probably either get it done today or tomorrow. So if you guys can see, I removed the frame. It's loaded on the frame bed of the truck. So now it's time to take it and drop it off. It's like an hour and 10 minutes away. Let's go ahead and run it and take it there. Peace out. So I just got back home, unload this frame. It's not heavy, just awkward. It's already sandblasted. So nice and pretty all the way around. Everything is blasted. It's perfect inside and outside. So now the plan is hook everything back up and put it on the jack stands. Yeah, I'm excited. It took hour and 30 to get there, hour and 30 back, and I dropped it off and I was pretty much sitting on their parking lot waiting. It took them an hour and 20 to get it done, so it was pretty fast and it was cheap. It was only 175 bucks. Yeah, so anyway, let's hook this frame up and get to work. I end up taking this frame and get sandblasted. It's got done. So then what I was end up doing, I was replacing this corner because it was rusted. So I did a pretty good job on that. But then I was trying to, there was a pretty bad rust. It was over here, some right there, and I was trying to fix it, but the metal, it's kind of super thin. So it's bad shit. So it needs to be fixed. So I was trying, obviously, cut it out and patch it. The only reason I cut it out so I can clean any rust that was inside is head beam. Excuse me. And yeah, but there's rust right here. So the plan is, it was to replace this bottom piece. So I ended up getting this piece right here. But as looking at it, I think this is for a Beetle, and you guys can see this body line right here. It's not as same as what I have right there. It's kind of goes down pretty hard. So that was a waste of money. It was like 250 bucks. So the plan B was, I was trying to get it for Karmann Ghia, this bottom piece, and I don't know why, but I always have a bad luck to find some stuff. So I ended up buying this entire head beam, and if I flip it around, it's identical. So as of today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna replace this bottom section, entire piece, and then fix this corner right here. And yeah, there you have it. So this is the plan as today. But what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to work from the front towards the back. So yeah, replace this. That's the plan. We're gonna go from the front towards the back and get this thing fixed. I'm getting a lot of parts. You guys can see boxes everywhere. I'm not gonna show you exactly what I got. It's gonna be here in a couple videos, but I'm taking this damn chassis to the moon. So anyway guys, kick your feet, relax, and enjoy this video. So I end up removing this bottom piece and the entire thing. I cleaned it really good all the way around. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the weld through primer and spray the entire thing. Anything that's gonna be covered. Then what I want to do is still have to fix some few spots. That's where the rust was, and I cut it out and re-weld it. But other than that, I redid this bottom piece. So yeah, I'm gonna spray the weld-on primer. Then what I'm gonna end up doing is this head, I'm gonna start grinding all this out and remove this piece without damaging and slap on that one. Let's get it. Okay guys, so I end up cutting this piece right here. I clean everything. Clean all the welds out of there and move the head. Now what I'm trying to do, I'm gonna try put it up and see the fit. I'm gonna try it. Okay, so right away the fitment and shit. So I cleaned really good these edges. I mean, there's not a single like metal left over from previous piece, the one I took out. So I got some measurements to these holes from over there, so I'm gonna end up measuring both sides, set it where it needs to be, I think, and by just looking at it I'm gonna clamp it, and I'm gonna take some, I'm gonna start tagging it like welding, and then I'm just gonna start beating this metal over and try close these holes. So yeah, that's the plan. So this one's really good, but then its gap opens up. I can take a hammer and just beat that over, touch this metal, then I can tack weld it. Other than that, I think it's pretty good. So yeah, I've been here for copper, I think like 4 or 5 hours. On way out, but I'm still going. I'm trying to get this piece done today and then move on. There's the middle section, then obviously there's the back. So anyway guys, enough of talking. Let's go ahead, start measuring and start welding this thing. So what I ended up doing is I took this piece and I sprayed weld-through primer from the back, cover any exposed metal. Got that done. Then I almost, let me tell you something, I almost fucked up. So I ended up putting this piece and I measured from here. I have my center hole right there. And that's what I'm taking my measurements to the edge of the hole or to the center of the hole, either way. Anyway, I got that and I was about to start welding and something just kicked. Like I didn't check it this way and it was off by like a ½ inch. It was sitting that way too far. So anyway, it took me literally freaking 20 minutes to adjust it this way and that way, but I got it right at it. So let's go ahead and take a tape measure. I'm gonna stick it in my hole and I'm gonna go, I got 71 and I got 71. Okay, so I got that right. Then over here I got 3/4, 11 3/4. 11 3/4, so I'm right at it. That's good. Now I just have to push it down, kind of beat it down a little bit and start tack welding and get this thing done. Everything good, nothing moved. Let's continue. So I'm working in the garage, guys. I got that welded, I got all that welded. Now I need to flip it on the other side and tack weld that and all this. But while I was working, this crap came from nowhere. I mean, that stuff is nasty. I mean, it's blowing pretty hard, so yeah, I like the way it came out. I'm super happy. Like, when I never done this type of stuff, it's scary to do it, but I got it. So I know it's not pretty welds, but guess what? I can clean it out. It will be perfect. So anyways, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out. How's it going, guys? So it's literally the next day. Right now it's Sunday, 11:24. I'm waiting till noon because I know some people like to sleep in till like later, but like I said, just trying to be a nice neighbor. What crazy is, yesterday was hot. I was wearing a t-shirt. Today it's freaking freezing. It says it feels like it's 42. I have me insulated coat, trying to stay warm. So anyway, yesterday I ended up replacing this piece. Everything is good, it's welded. Everything lines up where it's supposed to be. I double checked it, triple checked it. I'll weld this side. Then the only thing I have to do is just get a grinding wheel to clean these little boogers. But other than that, so yesterday, before I left, I decided to kind of weld this side up and see where it is. Everything was good. I got some hose. The only thing to blow out I have, it's over here, so I need to get that and this one. And this side it's done, then I just can grind it down. It doesn't have to be, guys, perfect, because I'm gonna take some seam sealer and I'm gonna cover every weld in this frame with the seam sealer. That's probably gonna be, I have to look it up, I'm pretty sure that's after epoxy primer. So today, the plan is for today is to get this side 100% done. So there's a little bit of gap right here. I know it's kind of hard to see it. Let me get the flashlight. So there is a little bit of gap, so I need to, especially right here, so I need to get that close as I can to this metal and go ahead, weld it. Then I'm probably gonna cut me like a little triangle and I'm gonna put it in this hole right here. Same thing on the other side. Then I need to put this piece on brand new one, and after that get this thing out of there and fix this mess right here. It looks like somebody tried to yank it or something and they freaking bent the shit out of it. So now I either cut it out and put the new one, or just try bend it back. And then obviously the front will be done. Then move towards the center and get this center done. So that's the plan. Let's get this thing done today. Okay guys, that was basically 2 days and it's done. So I'll show you exactly what I did, explain. So you guys seen it, I stripped this bottom entire to the bare metal because it's gonna be epoxy prime entire thing. I know my welds are not perfect, but tell you what, it looks good from my house. And if I have to, I can take some belt sand and just go and kind of clean it up. But other than that, this thing it's perfect. It's nice and clean. I have to patch a few holes over here. I got that done. Then over here, it's same thing. It doesn't have to be pretty. The reason because I'm gonna use epoxy not epoxy primer, special type of caulking seam sealer. Gonna seam seal every welded spot. I'm not sure. Help me out if somebody knows. You put epoxy primer first, then seam sealer, or it's opposite way. I need to look it up. If you guys know, just make sure to leave a comment down below. But other than that, this thing is freaking clean. I like how fast, this is the better way instead of freaking jacking and I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. Anyway, I rather to have brand new than those patches. Patches still, but this looks way better. I did delete these brake brackets and on the both sides because I'm not gonna use those. Sometimes I don't know when the suspension arrives, I'm gonna have to cut some of this out. I don't know how much. So I think what's gonna happen is I'm gonna have to freaking wait till suspension gets here, then do mock-up on the suspension, like actually install it. I'm probably gonna epoxy prime it, this entire thing, that way it won't rust, but it's not gonna be for a while. But I'm gonna epoxy prime the entire thing, then when suspension gets here, then I can install it, cut it, and then when I'm 100% sure that's where it goes, then when I'm gonna paint it. So anyway guys, I hope you guys like it, the result, because if you don't, I do. It looks pretty good. It's nice and clean. Like I say, I know the welds are not perfect, but it's welded. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit like button, share, comment this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.